Hi, I'm Sheri Luevano. I'm one of the drum instructors at Sisters on the Drums. Today I'm going to walk you through how to use Groove Scribe. First thing that we want to do is we want to go to sistersonthedrums.com, and you're going to come up to the link right here that says Groove Scribe and click on that and open it. Once it's opened, you're going to go here to the word grooves. So we're going to make it into a regular eighth note rock groove. So I'm going to click on that link and it changed it for us. Notice how up here at the top, the drum notes are just a regular rock groove. And here is where we're going to be inputting the notes. So let's customize this eighth note groove. I'm going to take off this kick and I'm going to change it to, let's put a kick on the and of 2. I'm going to put it on the and of 3, and I'm going to put it on the and of 4. Now, if you want to listen back to that, you come up here to the play arrow, click on that. There you go. So the next thing I want to do is I want to change the tempo of this, like make it slower. Let's just slow it way down. I got it at 55 BPM. There we go. So you can do that, or let's say we want to just listen to it and see what it sounds like at a really nice, fun, fast tempo. Let's change it to 115 BPM. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. And then if I wanted to practice this, I might need to put a click with it. Right up here, just go right above where we were. We have some choices. We can either do a quarter note click, an eighth note click, a 16th note click, or we have some other options here that I'll show you in just a second. So let's just tell it we want to put a quarter note click on it. So I'm going to click on that. And then I want to put a count in. So let's go to options. And right here it says count it in. So let's do that. Let's try this. Yep, we got it. Okay, next thing we want to do is make it into a 2-bar phrase. So that's easy enough. All we do is this little blue cross. We're going to click on that and bingo, we just got 2 measures right there. So we can also take a measure off. I'll show you that. So see this little X right here? If we want to get rid of one of those, we just click that little sign right there at the corner. But I want 2 bars here because there are some things that I want to show you. We're going to make a 16th note tom fill at the end. So we're going to put a 16th note tom fill right here. But in order to do that, we need to tell the program that we want it to be in 16th notes. Okay, so that's the first step. We're going to make it into 16th notes. And then watch, we come right down here to where it says toms. I'm going to click on that and it's going to load up all the toms. And then we're going to come back down here to our beat 4. And I'm going to take off these hi-hats right there. I'm going to take off this snare, and I'm going to take off that kit because I want to put a tom fill in this beat 4. So here's what we can do. So you come up here. Actually, I'm going to put the snare back, but I wanted to show you something. I just right-clicked on that. You can make it into a snare normal, like that, or I can right-click it again. I can make it into a ghost note. But actually, for this example, let's do a snare accent. Since it's on the backbeat, our fill starts on the backbeat. So we're going to go there. We're going to put a high tom here and 2 floor toms here. So the other thing that we can do with this that's pretty cool is I can put stickings on this. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say right here underneath, I'm going to show or hide stickings. So let's come back over here to our beat 4. And I'm going to click on it once, and then we have a right hand. And see how it put the right hand over here as well? And I'm going to double click and get a left, then another right, then another left, and then see, we've got right, left there. So the other thing that I would like to do is I would like to put a crash. Back over here at beat 1, if I right click on this hi-hat, I can turn that into a crash, or I have lots of other options. But in this case, I want to do a crash. So let's just crash there. Now let's take a listen. I like the way that sounds. So now let's talk about labeling our music. So right up here, you can put a title in there. I'm going to put Sisters on the Drums. Sisters on the Drums. And that's going to be the title of my piece. author is my first initial, and Luevano. And then comment, I'm just going to say it's fun. And there we go. So look up here. Here's my comment, here's the title, and here's my name. And then the other last thing that I want to show you is that we can share this. So we can go back down underneath where we were inputting the music. I can put share right there, and then all I have to do is copy this link, and then I can send it wherever I want. One last thing I want to show you. So right over here, right next to share, is print, and click on that and look what happens. You have your whole sheet music right here. Congratulations, you now have access to an amazing tool that will be so helpful to you in your practice times. All right, I really look forward to hearing from you, and I hope I see you at a camp.